Hello! Good afternoon. I am your story guide for today. We have a very special game for you. The beginning, the origin of a very special Scion Chronicle. Welcome to Scion Godsend, where fortune favors the bold, fickle mistress that she is. Let's pray she favors our three heroes. Now, I was late getting an email, so I don't have any announcements, and I'm very, very excited. So let's jump right in. Let's meet our unknowing, our unvisited Scions, shall we?
Hey guys, I'm Charles Leon Skolson, and honestly right now I'm lost in Central Park. I have a horrible sense of direction, ended up from New Hampshire to Nova Scotia. Don't ask me how I got there instead of going to Jacksonville. We'll see how everything goes. Honestly, just looking for a fun, wholesome time.
It's Charles. I know you know where he is. Please tell me. He's been missing for 3 days. I can't find him.
Yo, what's up? My name's MAJIN. Not the real name, but that's the one I go by. So, use it. But, yeah.
Now, you may notice on the screens, in that little icon right there, that theirs was empty. Now, this is not because I'm selfish and I like my little book icon and they can't have anything. This is because, just like they don't know who their parents are, who their divine patron is, we're going to keep it a secret, at least for now. Upon realization, that may change. You might see an icon that represents a pantheon. You might see an icon that represents a very specific deity. However, right now, we join three mere mortals. Let's kick it off for Season 1, Episode 1 of Scion Godsend. Some say that characters are the most important thing. The setting is a backdrop. I say that the setting itself is a character. After all, the world you live in, the world where you tell a story, has to feel alive. It has to breathe. Its heart has to beat. And what has more heart? What city has more soul than New York City? The city that never sleeps, constant hustle and bustle, the world where all myths are true. New York is largely unchanged. It is still very crowded, it is very cold this time of year, but it's home. There are slight differences in the world of Scion. For example, the subway system. You ride a little bit too long on a very specific line, you may find yourself in another realm. You might find that the beggar is not a beggar. Instead, he is Hermes, testing you. You'll find all sorts of strange things in this world. I will be your guide. As always, I am Gilbert Ramos. We are the Rolling Nomads. And today we embark on a journey, a hero's journey. Where are our heroes in New York? Well, they live on the island of Manhattan. Well, live is a difficult term. One of them is nomadic, the other is also nomadic in a different sense. Truly, the only one that has a residence of permanence is Gregor DeWitt. It is about noon, afternoon. It is a cold day in New York City. You can hear the sounds of traffic. Where do we find you this afternoon, Gregor?
Well, it's been 4 days, and as per my usual, I am going to McDonald's to get the standard thing that I use to get Charles to come back, because he usually doesn't eat very well during these days, and the best I can afford is McDonald's.
What are you getting him? Or rather, I should ask, Charles, what lures you home? What is What is the meal that makes you happiest when you finally find your way through the concrete jungle? It's a grid system, by the way. It's very simple, but all right.
It's 4 spicy McChickens with cheese, hold the mayo with mac sauce.
Truly appalling.
Mhm.
I don't know how to respond to that, so I won't. Gregor, you've gathered his meal. Find you picking it up outside the McDonald's. What would you like to
Yep.
do?
Well, he ends up in 3 places typically. Either the outskirts of the subway system, he can never actually get in. The Central Park, or some random monument, and he just kind of sits there for a bit. So let's start with the biggest one first, and head to Central Park, because I feel like that's where he's going to be.
Central Park, yes. He does frequent Central Park.
He loves to fight with the dogs.
Yes, for some reason You've never really asked him if it's malice or if it's a dominance thing, but he tends to fight with the stray dogs of New York quite a bit. To the point where others, you may be a well-known individual in the city and people tip their hat to you. Charles is an individual that dogs run from and sort of bow out and sort of just back up, showing a submissive tendency. So hopefully he's somewhere in the Central Park. I will ask you, what does the world see as Gregor moves throughout it? What does your character look like?
Fairly simple, Caucasian, brown hair, nothing out of the ordinary, brown eyes, wearing a big heavy coat because it is winter in New York City. I usually have it open. The tie is exactly as it is now. Because if I need to look professional, I have it here. But I don't usually need to look professional.
Excellent. You maneuver through the streets of New York. You continue along. Again, the grid system, Charles, of New York City. Easily manageable by anyone with a modicum of navigational skill.
I've lost him when he's tailing me.
He's distraction problem, I think, really. But
I believe so too. He sees some random street performer, and the next thing I know, he's gone.
You maneuver through the world, through the city streets. The snow has already fallen, and unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, depending on who you ask, in New York City, especially where you are in Manhattan, you find that the snow doesn't really stick. Given the constant traffic, the heat emanating off of buildings, apartment complexes litter this place. Not just standing alone apartment complexes, but apartments over restaurants and shops and things. It is a very old city, and has it been built new? You can see the bustle. You maneuver through people. You keep an eye on your pockets, just out of normal tendency, though pickpockets don't seem to target locals. There's a way that locals walk here that kind of sets apart them from the tourists. You see individuals bartering, talking about... You see, of course, the street peddlers peddling watches and gold jewelry, likely fake. Without a doubt, they don't have a permit for it. But you're not a police officer, and
no,
it's a petty crime. There's no reason for a private investigator to get involved.
No, never.
An individual does stop you, though. Stepping just, not exactly intrusively, just up to the side, holds out a small cup. Heavy coat, large scarf. You can see he's likely a transient, a vagrant, or homeless, as some might say. He asks you, do you have any change, sir? He's got black hair, matted. The most interesting feature is he's not wearing shoes, and you can very clearly see the hooves of a satyr.
Well, I have a protocol for this. I reach into my pocket, I pull out exactly 5 quarters, I drop it in the cup, and I tell him to have a nice day.
God bless you, sir. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You move along throughout the city, making your way to Central Park. Now, as you maneuver, you've spoken with the denizens of New York City before. You've dealt with them all. Is there anything of note that you're doing on your way?
I would say the only real thing of note that I would be doing is just keeping an eye out. You never know what's going to come your way in this city, especially recently.
Indeed.
And given that a certain squirrely individual got his what for recently.
Indeed, there has been an influx, we'll say, in the magical activity. Normally, things keep on the low. Gods are wont to keep their privacy. But there has been a sighting of Fenrir over Georgia, or at least that's the rumor. So, with that in mind, New York has begun to pulsate more with magical energy. The Scions of New York, the hero organizations, keeping track of crime and magical crime, of course. The police don't have well, New York has a special division, but under normal circumstances, a normal city would be want to find a special division of Scions or anyone magically inclined. That's kind of where you come in. You're a specialist in this type of thing. Called in for some of the occult. That given your your previous background in police work. Well, background in police work. It helps.
Still counts. It was 6 weeks. It still counts.
You maneuver through the city. You don't see anything too strange, of course. There are... the city is not without its scions. You see a few of them flying through the air, or perhaps running at the speed of Hermes on his winged sandals, maneuvering, getting through the traffic. Speaking of traffic...
They're a menace sometimes.
Speaking of traffic, the sounds of it take us. We follow the sounds and the noises of honking horns and the yells of the denizens of New York over to another section of the city. We find an individual, not necessarily alone, but it is afternoon in New York City. Where do we find you, MAJIN?
Oh, oddly enough, probably near Parker, Central Park, on the curb, eating some street meat, passing some along to my companion, and yeah, just chilling, street meat and
Excellent.
chilling.
The street vendor you have ordered from, you've not encountered him specifically before, but you've encountered the type of cart before. You grab your street meat. It's a roving band of lamb. It's the lamb that rotates and they shred it off. It's
Like Euro.
yeah, kind of like Euro, kind of like Donner, but a very New York style. It's meat and it's Americanized. But you are leaning up against your bike, having a bite to eat. Your companion, if you would kindly describe them as you feed them a bit of meat.
Oh, it's very unusual given the weather. But he's a golden eagle. Picked him up on my travels. I'm a nomad, so helped it out one day, and it kept following me ever since.
You feed him a piece of the street meat. Doesn't seem to mind that it's not alive, or he hasn't had to make the kill himself. He's perched on your handlebars of your motorcycle. You've placed a bit of leather. You've wrapped a leather cord along the length of where he usually lands to keep him from scratching anything, and to keep him from his talons from scarring any of the softer bits of the bike.
Yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way.
Indeed. Was not a terribly expensive repair, but still annoying nonetheless. does your companion have a name? He is relatively new. It's not entirely uncommon for you to wait and reveal a characteristic that kind of stands out.
I kind of just throw names at him until he picks one. So far, he responded to every name I've thrown, so I haven't decided yet.
Understood. And what does the world see as they're passing by and seeing this individual feed this golden eagle? They have a description of the eagle, but what does the bike look like? What do you look like?
Oh, the bike is like, it's like a Harley-esque chopper style bike, you know, just nice black with a mixture of gray metallic tint to it. Myself, I mean, oddly enough, you know, kind of looks like you, except, you know, maybe somebody who got a little sun.
Rough. I'm a very white Hispanic male, yeah.
But he has a nice beard, nice flowing hair, kind of pulled into a ponytail almost, or like a maybe like a Roman style, you know, not at the top.
Top of the knot and then cascading hair on the back.
Exactly.
I like it.
And he's dressed up in leathers. He got his, you know, rolling nomads on the back of his jacket. Yeah.
Excellent. The Rolling Nomads, a motorcycle club that is, ironically enough, primarily consisting of nomads. The structure of a motorcycle club is usually city members and those that are stationary, those that ride throughout the city, perhaps in the known area, and then the nomads as they're called, travel from chapter to chapter and help where they can, do odd jobs, bring news and information, things like that. The Rolling Nomads are kind of the opposite. Very few outposts. The rest of them are on the road. They never stay for too long, and the few clubhouses that they have, as they're called, hold church every Sunday from 11:30 Eastern to about 3 p.m. So, the back of your patch, or the back of your vest, commonly called a cut in a motorcycle club. Back of your cut, the patch, you are not a prospect. You are a full-fledged member of the Nomads. There is a symbol, of course, associated, but they pride themselves on individuality. So what is the back of your patch? What is the centerpiece? I understand you were previously associated, or rather affiliated with your heritage, your lineage and whatnot. You did some research, so I believe the Tengri was held a place in your heart. Is that affiliated or implemented into the patch at all?
Yeah, I mean, you know, what little origin that I do know is something that's very close to me. So the Tengri will be represented in that, along with, you know, more representations of strength and discipline, you know.
Understood. You can see, anyone who's looking can see the back of the patch, the centerpiece, the emblem, front and center, the over arc, simply reading Rolling, the bottom, the rocker reading Rolling Nomads. The front portion, the right side, is Nomad. You have a secondary patch underneath the Nomad patch that reads Road Captain, which is a position of, kind of like an officer position. It's you're in charge, if you want to ride with your brothers, of planning the route, figuring out when and everyone will need gas, and planning out where the pit stops and such are. You're also in charge of the safety of the pack. You are generally the first to go out into an intersection, parallel to traffic, not parallel, horizontal to blocking traffic, with your body, your bike. Thank you very much. Words are hard. blocking traffic with your bike, keeping an eye on it, and then signaling your brothers to go when it is safe, making sure that anyone who's coming your way can see you and that your brothers will pass safe. But
Yeah.
as you are, again, part of a truly nomadic motorcycle club, this very rarely comes up, unless you are, again, riding with your brothers. Someone comes up to you, MAJIN, a group of females, likely college students still on their break from for the holidays, and they come up to you. A few of them kind of try to pull one of them back. One of them, shorter woman, darker skinned, curves in the right places. She wouldn't be considered unattractive. Hair braided back, and she kind of reaches or goes up to you and says, already reaching for the bird. She says, "Is he friendly? Can I pet him?"
You could try.
What is that?
Not liable for any missing fingers, though. So
Okay. Is there a method I should do, or like is he tame?
I mean, go for it. You know.
All of her girlfriends are like, "Dude, what are you doing? No!" 'Cause, again, she's approached a strange biker with a pet golden eagle. But she seems very brave for this. She reaches out very calmly, sort of just very slowly, reaching out. The bird kind of does the twitch of the head and just kind of looks and then tilts its head. The quick movements. Doesn't make a move to nip at her. Is there anything that you do?
I'll keep an eye on him. And I'm just keeping an eye on him. Trying to, if he does anything, I want to, keep him in line. So.
Excellent. For that, we're going to have the first roll of Scion Godsend. So, keeping him in line, just shooting him a glare, or not even a glare, just a knowing, commanding presence. Choose what skill do you think that would you like to use? What kind of skill do you think would be associated? I'm thinking survival, perhaps empathy, trying to get him to be on the same wavelength as you. But it is your choice.
Yeah, I mean, survival works.
And then I would like you to choose an approach: power, finesse, resilience.
Think resilience would probably fit best.
Understood. Kindly roll me your composure attribute with your skill as well, please.
And it's 8, 9, 10, correct?
Correct. Your target number is an 8 and above.
Okay. So I got 3 successes.
Excellent. 3 successes indeed. There's no stunt really to pull off here. There's no complication to buy off. There's no nothing really affecting this. So 3 successes. The difficulty was 1. You have 2 remaining successes. The way story path works, especially in Scion, the excess successes determine the degree of success. It's basically how well you've performed this. Now, you've performed this admirably, and the women that are kind of trying to that were previously trying to keep their friend away from you, kind of stop and like, wow, he commands eagles. You think he's a Scion? You think he's... No, maybe he's like a nature spirit. I don't know. Maybe he's like a wind god? I don't know. But you kind of shoot the bird a look, and he just dips his head, and she kind of pets his head a little bit. It's very pretty. Does he have a name?
Not yet. You got a good one?
No, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know names.
Oh, well. Not yet. I'm still thinking of one. But you did good though. Last person, literally lost their middle finger. So, or at least like the first 2 inches, like the second knuckle. Yeah.
If a bird could laugh, the golden eagle kind of rears his head back and makes almost like a screeching sound that kind of chitters a little bit, as if he recognizes your explanation and is quite pleased with himself. She kind of smiles and says, "Well, thankfully I have left with all my digits. So nice to meet you."
Same.
But she goes off with her friends. They go off. There's a bit of scolding as they walk away. Keep telling her to be safer, be smarter. Yeah.
I'll yell off, "Stay brave."
She kind of gives you a thumbs up as she walks backwards, and her friends kind of pull her away. That she laughs. There's laughter amongst the group. But yeah, that is where we find MAJIN. And Gregor, it's a sight that you can't really ignore. I mean, there's a group that's not exactly close to MAJIN, but as this girl was reaching for the bird, a small crowd did indeed form on the outskirts, kind of watching like, do you think he's safe to approach? I'm not so much worried about the bird. He looks rough. Should we help her? But that's the crowd that you kind of encounter, and you recognize him in the distance. That's your friend MAJIN.
Yeah, that crowd of bystanders who everybody's like, we should stop this. Somebody should stop this. Is anybody gonna stop this? One of us will.
Surely someone else will do it.
Yeah, those sort of bystanders. Yeah, if I see him on the way, I'm gonna walk on over. You'll see me come up in my coat and with McDonald's in my left hand.
MAJIN, you see your friend Gregor DeWitt, tie still loose. Gregor, you see your friend MAJIN, hair tied up. The bird, he's come back very recently. The last interaction you guys had where you were after or he was after somebody and you helped him with debt collection, we'll say, was about a week ago. He's recently returned and made his resurgence known. This is about the second, maybe the third time you've seen him since he's been back from this trip. The bird is new. You've seen the bird. The bird is very new.
Nice bird.
Oh, well, tell him that.
You're a very pretty bird. Long time. Okay.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Sounds.
I don't speak bird either, mate. Anyways, what did I see? You got a crowd. Is that intentional?
I mean, no, I was fucking eating some street meat. I don't know. I didn't really notice.
I just scat. Tell him to get away. There's nothing to see.
What you do? You brought me some breakfast, lunch?
No, this is for Charles.
Oh, Charles.
Yeah, he hasn't come back in 4 days, so it's time to and it snowed recently, so it's time to get him inside. I'm fairly certain he probably slept with a bunch of dogs last night.
MAJIN, even on your last trip, you managed to miss Charles. He was gone, but you kept in touch whenever you came back, you asked about him, like, hey, maybe me and Charles can meet up, and Gregor had informed you, like, yeah, well, I finally found him after you left. So again, you haven't seen him in years. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, he got lost again. He went out to the convenience store and got lost, and I usually let him do his own thing whenever that happens.
You should get like a GPS tag or something. Like not to say he's an animal or anything, but they tag him and track
I
him and
have,
stuff like that.
so I actually have looked into that. One, I need his consent. Two, it's very expensive to get it input in him. And just in general, getting one that constantly pings is kind of expensive, and it's one of those things you gotta pay a lot. So
That's
I haven't, and funds aren't really the best right now.
Well, where you think he is?
Well, he's in one of three places. He's either found a monument and just kind of stuck around it. He's either at the outside of one of the nearby subway stations waiting for me to show up, or he's in Central Park, and it's usually Central Park, so I'm checking there first. And it's the biggest location. I mean, it's bigger than some countries. So usually canvassing that first for him is always the best option.
Well, let me tag along with you.
Yeah, sure.
Have you got I don't know, man. You wouldn't know what he's wearing, would you?
Depends. When he left, he was wearing one of my shirts, a blue shirt, some jeans, and he had a raggedy jacket that he insisted on wearing. And then, but he's also been known to find random pieces of clothing in Central Park, specifically. I think he steals it from couples. It's a fucking menace. Anyways, so he could be in almost anything.
There. All right. Well, we'll tag along, hang out, catch up a little bit. How's that PS5 working out for you? Well,
it's been good. It's been good. I haven't had many opportunities to use it. Only like twice. Me and Charles played that latest Call of Duty on split screen. He's a fucking cheater. I swear to God, he is.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. So,
I disagree.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Speaking of which, as we pan away from the now duo moving their way into Central Park, we follow the drift of a bit of snow on the wind. These little ice crystals take us cascading along the wind of New York, through the trees, perhaps through some buildings, over to Charles. It is afternoon. Charles, where do we find you?
Well, it's about 55 degrees today in Central Park. Probably going to be sitting in a tree, keeping an eye out for my pack of dogs. Since I've claimed dominance over the strays in the area.
Indeed, and the dogs are, again, cowing out, essentially, at this point. They are staying in the area, but I wouldn't say they're exactly just giving up. They're probably hanging out, like, you've claimed territory here, but there's probably a few among them, maybe one of the scrappier ones, just waiting for a moment of weakness. When you come down from the tree and are beginning to walk away, your back turned, probably when he's...
Do I see this?
Go ahead and give me... because it hasn't quite happened yet, but let's see if you can get the sense of which ones might have that in their minds. So, go ahead. I think empathy.
Could it be survival instead, since they're animals?
I think actually survival may work as well. And then what approach would you like to use? Power, finesse, resilience. Those are on the left side.
I was thinking power for intellect.
Excellent. Kind of your experience, your knowledge of these creatures. Go ahead and give me survival intellect, please.
Okay. Oh, cool. So, off the rip, I have 3 successes, 2 10s, and a 9. I need to re-roll those 2 10s, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, out of those, I got a 9. So, 4 successes total.
Correct. 4 successes total. You can pinpoint, again, majority of them are kind of cowed down. One of them is looking a little scrappy, kind of sitting not at the base of the tree. It wouldn't be strategic, just wait at the base of the tree, sitting by the bushes, just kind of nestled down. To any passerby, it would look like he was just laying down, but you can see the hind legs tensed. You can see the eyes focused, waiting.
I'll come down from the tree and I'll just lay down on my back with my head pointing towards that dog, so it looks like he would have my back.
That's all it takes. You come down from the tree, the other dogs kind of step away a minute and kind of keep their eyes on you. This one, eyes never leave you. You lay down on your back, and it begins.
Yeah!
He bounds towards you, his jaw opening up, the hound's mouth beginning to... you can see and smell the breath. You can see, just from the cold, you can see the breath fade away as fog. The fangs and the canines and the teeth, quite large. Some of them need dental work. Close enough to where you can tell they need dental work. What would you like to do, Charles?
I'd like to take my hand and cram it into its mouth as far as I can and then make a fist. And I'm just going to hold it by the back of the neck while I pull it to the ground.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to require another roll. Difficulty, I'm going to call this 1. You had preparatory time. You knew this was coming. And I'm going to call this, what do you think? Athletics?
Close combat?
Where is close
or
combat?
It's right below athletics.
Yeah, close combat. Close combat and whatever approach. What do you think? This is a physical. Okay, yeah, close might. Combat and this is the physical arena, so you'll be using might. So close combat and might, please.
Okay, I will roll my 10 dice. And I have 2 successful dice. I got 9 and an 8.
Excellent. Perfectly, well done. You do exactly as you intended. The dog is taken by surprise. You make a fist. It is choking. Not to this is not necessarily, I would say, animal cruelty. You have baited it into attacking you, but these are wild dogs. They are already dangerous. It very quickly begins to try to pull back. Do you allow it?
No, I'm waiting until it passes out from lack of oxygen.
Okay, you do so.
And then
you do so. It's just that quick moment for anyone who has been choked or anyone who has lost consciousness due to lack of air. If released quick enough, and if the oxygen flows again quick enough, it's very quick. You kind of fade in or fade out, and then fade right back in, and he's very confused. Dog seems to understand. I won't need a roll for this at all, but it seems to understand that it's not going to get any leeway.
Then I'll bare my teeth and bark at it.
It whimpers a bit, backs up. You've also gathered a little bit of a crowd. People that were looking for a place to, enjoy. Central Park is not a picnic area, especially not in the winter. But some people were looking probably to get a little frisky. Couldn't wait to get home for whatever reason. But you've got about 2 people just sitting there just, oh my God. What do they see?
Would you like a dog? They're well trained.
What do they see, Charles?
They see this. Just me and my shitty Walmart brand Tim's.
All right. Excellent. Fantastic. They're just kind of like, no, thanks. We're good. Sorry for disturbing you. Strange.
Oh, anytime. It's open for everyone.
Oh, okay. And then they wander off. Yeah. If you could kindly also, I'm not trying to pick on you, but I am going to need one more roll from you.
Okay.
And this one, unfortunately, I'm not really going to give you too much of a choice.
All right.
If I could get your... I'm going to call this cunning and empathy, please.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sorry.
I got one.
I'm going to switch that up on you. I apologize. I'm going to call this cunning survival.
Oh, there we go. All right, I got 10 that I need to re-roll. That was the only success I had.
Okay.
Yeah, just the one.
Perfectly fine. Difficulty 1. You see, you just left this fucking tree. You were alone. And it's your tree, damn it. So why is there a tiny little macaw hanging out on one of the branches?
Oh, this little bitch. It's gotta go. I'm gonna hop back up my tree and try and get at this macaw. What kind of macaw is it? Is it like a scarlet macaw or
Scarlet, yes.
that big son of a bitch? It's going down.
Doesn't hang around for you to get up the tree and over to its branch.
I was gonna say I'll try and bait it. I'll try and be like, "Here, birdie, come here."
Absolutely not. Miss McCall kind of looks and just kind of has the same expression, just like, nope, I'm fucking good. And then just leaps further up into the tree, gone amidst the snow and the branches.
No, I was gonna name you Scarlet.
Excellent. Your packs of dogs seem to have backed away from this as well.
How many dogs are there?
There's about 4 or 5.
Perfect.
I would say it's common knowledge that macaws aren't really native to New York. So that's a very strange occurrence. And
They're a tropical bird. There's no reason for this.
yeah, it's yeah, not great. However, we fade away from this scene for a moment. We find MAJIN and GREGOR walking through the main area of Central Park, that long road that, snakes down through the center, spiderwebs off in certain places, footpaths and other little paved road areas. You guys are walking. How are you looking? How do I ask this question? How are you going to try to find Charles? You can walk through Central Park and just kind of look for him, or you can, I picture, and as comical as this might be, just be like, here, boy, come here. We got you burgers.
Actually, yes. So there's 2 components to baiting Charles. One, there has to be the bait. Now, you have his chicken sandwiches, and you're just like, Charles, I got your McDonald's. I got you your Mickey D's. And if he comes, but first you got to locate him. Now, there's 2 ways to do that. One, the dogs in the area. Are they terrified? Or is there that look of fear that he is returned? That's when I know that Charles is near. Now, he can't control all of Central Park, but this helps me narrow it down to just where he is. So I kind of have Central Park in a grid orientation. And it's just a matter of, first you go down the main path. That knocks out a good portion of the grids. Then you check to see if any of the dogs are actively fleeing an area. Seems to be him. Then it's baiting him out with the McDonald's.
Understood. So you guys do this. MAJIN, you're walking along with him. This is a new ritual for you. You've never really had to bait Charles out. But this seems to be something that GREGOR is well acquainted with.
Very well acquainted with.
Yeah, I just, you know.
I have to do this shit once a week at least.
Chuck, where you at? Or I mean, Charles, where you at?
Charles, we have your McDonald's.
I got street meat.
You can stop playing with the dogs now.
Is this usual? The fuck?
It happens at least once a week. Okay,
This is
I'm
how you do it?
exaggerating. It happens a little less than once a week.
Majin, the golden eagle is flying overhead. You find that he's never too far from you, but he seems to be hunting as well. He's dove and he has dove down to pick up a mouse, and you've seen him perch on a tree and eat that and pick it clean.
Pretty badass.
But even then, it's a strange thing for a bird of prey to not eat everything. Whenever you get a little too far, he abandons the meal and continues along with you.
Nothing unusual. Yeah.
I like to imagine that bird flies ahead of whatever road you're on constantly, kills something, waits for you to catch up, then does the same thing over and over again.
It's about the expression of it, yeah. We find ourselves with Charles. You see a bird overhead. The macaw has left the tree. The scarlet macaw has flown off and is now being chased by a golden eagle. Again, not terribly out of place in New York, but still very strange.
All right. That's pretty fucking weird. Is the eagle like trying to get up on my tree or anything, or?
He's chasing the macaw. The macaw has gone off in the distance a little bit. You do see it changes its flight path and begins to land near your tree.
All right. As long as he's not on my tree, not my fucking problem.
Eyes on.
Is he fucking with my dogs?
He's looking at the dogs.
You stay the fuck away from my dogs.
Speak, and strange enough, it kind of looks over to you as if it heard your command and is understanding, and it just looks over and it hops over a couple branches and is now on your tree.
Hey, my tree! Get the fuck off!
It has a few screeches and whatnot. You make animal sounds back at it. The dogs begin to bark as well.
I'm sitting there with my back like hunched up, like on this one branch, like.
The dogs have begun to bark as well. Gregor and Majin, you guys hear the sound of a pack of dogs barking in the distance.
I'm gonna jump after the golden eagle to scare it off my tree.
That's a thing. We gotta go. Probably him.
Charles, you said you were doing what to scare it off your tree?
Oh, I'm gonna jump after the golden eagle, so I'm gonna like jump for the branch that it's on to try and scare it off the tree.
Okay, you make your way up the branches a little bit. As you get closer, it kind of puffs out its wings, making itself larger. It raises a talon, trying to convince you to fuck off.
If I get to the same branch, I'm gonna do this and make myself look larger.
All right. Majin and Gregor, are you guys following the sound of dogs?
Yep.
Understood. Charles, I need a roll from you. As you got closer to the eagle and you're trying to make yourself large, this eagle doesn't seem to give a fuck and is now rushing towards you. You know, couple wing beats and it's rushing towards you. I need you. You are on a tree branch. It is snowing in New York.
It's 55 degrees in Central Park today.
Indeed. But I need you to make a roll to see if you maintain on the branch. All right.
Like survival and dexterity, or
I'm gonna call this athletics and dexterity.
that's fine with me too. So far, I have 4 successes, a 10, a 9, a 9, and 8. Need to re-roll that 10. And nothing on the re-roll.
Understood. 4 successes.
So,
You are knocked back. You begin to lose your grip, and you catch yourself one-handed, hanging much like a monkey, just left hand and just kind of reaching for this bird that's now just flapping at you and just trying to like peck at your hands and claw at your palm as you kind of are reaching for it. This is the scene that you see, Gregor, Majin. Majin, it's been years, man. You haven't seen Charles in so long, and this is the weirdest fucking thing in the world. He's fighting with your bird, hanging from one branch like a monkey, just reaching for him. You guys are kind of reunited.
And at this point, it's that look on the face of, this is completely normal.
who the fuck trained you? Like, you obviously don't listen to fucking anyone. Why are you still fucking with my tree? What is wrong with this damn bird?
I have McDonald's!
You know, whistle, Majin?
Immediately just drop. I'll just
Yeah.
let go of the branch and fall down the tree and go to my McDonald's.
Okay, you drop. Majin, you whistle. Kindly give me a roll of whatever skill you think is prevalent.
I have no idea. This is for to retrieve my partner.
Yeah, so survival, maybe empathy, leadership.
Yeah. So I'll go with survival and finesse.
Okay, I'm gonna call this. Well, you can choose social or mental. Finesse. You can do cunning or manipulation.
Mental. Cunning.
Okay, go for it. Roll for bird, as custom said.
Six successes.
6 successes. One whistle, and the bird abandons Charles as he drops from the branch and goes over to Gregor with his McDonald's. And Majin, the bird, as you hold out your arm, lands on your coat. It's a leather vest with leather coat, so I mean it's not too bad. The talons do kind of dig in a little bit, but it's not drawing blood or anything like that.
Oh, is the monkey man messing with you?
Your stupid bird was messing with freaking. Oh, Majin, it's good to see you.
Yeah, long time no see. Wild as
Yeah.
ever.
I like to imagine you're halfway
went walking
through a
through
bird before
Central
you even
Park.
realize.
I went walking through Central Park and I got lost one time, and then this pack of stray dogs started fucking with me, so I decided to take over the stray dogs. And then from there, everything else just kind of happened.
You know, you gotta start treating animals with some respect, man. You can't just.
That's fair. I'm gonna take one of my burgers and split it into 4 pieces and just toss it at the dogs.
I guess, you know.
The dogs.
That's a nice start.
4 pieces. You toss the 4 pieces. There's a little bit of growling and
If that one scrappy one tries to get in on it, I'm gonna back him off.
Okay, he does, and you do.
Punishment.
You feed the other 4. There is a little bit of slight infighting. They don't exactly try to kill each other over a bit of burger, but there is a little bit of leaning over, and then one of them snaps at the other.
To be expected. You guys want to grab a drink or something and catch up?
We get you home. You need to shower.
I mean,
What are you
does
talking
he?
about? I'm fine.
Yeah, it's snowing. You know, wet snow is basically taking a shower. It's nature shower.
It's cool outside. I haven't built up a sweat.
Sleep last
We're
night.
fine.
Where did you sleep last night?
You know what? Let's not worry about that, and let's just.
And the night before? Where have you been sleeping?
I don't know. I just sleep when I get tired. Why does it matter where?
The police have
That is a good
commonly bothered you about this as well.
Yeah, What is a public park private property now? Like, what's the deal here?
No. What are you? Why are you making? Why is that your argument? That doesn't counter anything I've said.
Nothing. Never mind. Forget about it. The police have me a little ruffled up over it. Anyways, let's go get something to drink.
You're showering first. You're getting into a fresh pair of fresh change of clothes. You have to be an adult a little bit. Listen. You have to be an adult a little bit.
Oh, I don't want to take a bath.
Gentlemen, as this discussion is going
Take
on,
a bath, shower.
there's the clip-clop of hooves on the main path. You think for a second it's probably one of the police officers that is on horseback. They've become a little bit more common in New York. But very quickly you find it is not. It is a zebra.
Fucking zebra.
Guys, I think something happened at the zoo. There was
Did
a
they
scarlet
come towards us?
macaw earlier, and they're not native to this area at all. I think we need to go to the zoo and see what's going on.
I guess.
I'm not just saying this to get out of a shower.
You're going to shower. We'll
I will
investigate.
eventually. Let's go
Let's
to the
be
zoo.
honest. If something happened at the zoo, it's kind of counterintuitive to shower just to get dirty again.
Exactly.
Don't side with Charles on this. It's always a fight to get him clean.
Just
Well,
saying.
take me to a public bathhouse or something. At least that sounds fun.
And I approached the zebra.
Yeah, it's kind of clip-clopped over and is avoiding the dogs. Dogs are kind of on edge as well, ready to kill it and pounce and eat it. The zebra takes no real mind and is starting to just munch at a tree, spits it out. Bush, I should say. Not a demon zebra. Not that long.
I want to pet the zebra.
Not a striped giraffe. You mean?
Terrifying. You
Uh,
want to pet the zebra?
fine, Charles.
Yeah.
For now, you don't have to shower if we go to the zoo. But if we're going out to a place to drink, you're going to shower first.
If it's a shitty dive bar with like a 2-star review on Yelp.
Majin, you head over.
I go to those places often.
Majin, you head over to the zebra. Strangely enough, it seems to be used to people. It kind of lets you pet it. You can pet the zebra.
I show it some affection and just walk back. So we're gonna check out the zoo then?
Yeah, should we take the zebra with us?
No, zebras aren't good at are animals that are very unlikely to follow any direction, even the direction of other zebras. Plus, the police can handle the zebra.
I might have a fix for that. Whenever I ended up in Nova Scotia, I had to help them train some horses, and
There's
one
a
of the things they
reason.
do.
There's a reason we don't ride zebras, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not saying ride it. I'm saying take your belt off, put it around its neck like a lead rope, and then just walk it to the zoo. You automatically assumed the word for me.
Charles, I'm telling you, zebras are nothing like horses.
The
They
zebra's
don't have the
ears
same temperament as horses.
Perk up for a second and straightens itself and then begins to run.
This doesn't mean you're
Going
right. Firstly,
I think it does. And two, if it's running that way, then something has to be going on from that way. Is that the direction of the zoo? I would figure I would know that.
you live here? Are you asking me about directions?
No, I'm out of character asking the storyteller about directions.
Central Park, yeah, kind of. I mean, it's maybe. It's difficult to say with the amount of craziness that's going on. Yeah, perhaps it's close by. Yeah, it's either maybe a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
I think you might be right. Something did happen at the zoo. Let's go to the zoo.
Yeah!
You're showering after the zoo trip. You're showering after the zoo trip.
Alright, but I'm gonna earn a fucking shower.
Do not earn a fucking shower.
Earn that fucking shower.
Don't you dare.
There is a moment of silence. Well, I should say discussion as you guys begin to maneuver your way through Central Park. Is there anything you guys want to do? Like, you guys, like I said, Majin and Charles, it's been a hot minute since you guys have seen one another. It's been a while since you guys have been all reunited. Is there any catching up, any discussion?
Where did you go, Martin?
I mean, I just ride, really. Wherever the wind takes me. I've been trying to get to the West Coast, but every time I do, I kind of stop and end up coming back here for some reason. But my latest, I got as far as New Mexico, really. So.
Huh. I tried going down to Jacksonville and I ended up in Nova Scotia.
Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah. That one. Yep. I stopped to go to the bathroom, and then whenever I came out, I turned the wrong way, leaving the gas station, and I just hitchhiked up to Nova Scotia on accident.
Huh. The signs didn't tip you off? Or?
I fell asleep after I got in the car, man. I was tired.
Man, you're a dangerous man.
Not only that,
hitchhiking.
I'm not familiar with every single town that's in between, New Hampshire and Jacksonville. Like,
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Sleeping in strangers' cars and stuff.
Why did you go up to New Hampshire?
I ended up there from the orphanage, just wandering around.
Okay, that's fair.
Did you get your damn demonic shiny bird from fucking New Mexico?
I mean, I didn't get him. It's not like I own him or anything. He just, tags along and ride. He's free. He can do whatever he wants, really. But
yeah, we're not playing with semantics. You picked him up in New Mexico?
Yeah, he followed me since. So,
where are you gonna name it?
I don't know.
What about something like something Latin, like oro or gold?
Yeah, seems cliche. I don't know. I'll have to think on it.
You could name him Feathery Shitfuck.
No, that just sounds disrespectful. I was thinking of like Chucky or something.
Chucky?
Yeah.
I'm gonna name him after Charles.
That'll teach that stupid bird.
Whoa, calm down, man.
I know he's not stupid.
Damn.
Sitting on my tree and acting like I'm fucking invading. The audacity. The unmitigated gall.
You can't own living things, man. Calm down. That
was my territory, and he intruded on it.
As you guys are walking and having this conversation, something is lurking in the brush of Central Park, the bushes and such. I'll need a roll from everyone. Your choice of skill, and then choose an approach.
Are we limited in the branch of approach? Like mental, physical, or social?
I will be choosing your arena.
Okay. So this is
survival and finesse.
Yeah, I think survival would work, and then it's also finesse.
I'm gonna do survival and power.
Okay. This is in the mental arena.
Okay.
So kindly, for the viewers, let everyone know what you're rolling.
Like how many?
Only six dice.
Because we've given them the arena and the approach, but we haven't given the actual attribute name.
Okay, so I'll be doing survival and intellect.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
Survival and cunning.
Yep, survival and cunning.
Calling this difficulty 2.
2 successes.
Excellent.
4 successes.
Excellent.
Also 4.
Excellent. Gregor, you notice an animal lurking in the bushes. Longer tail, the eyes, it's not exactly dark yet, but they do seem to glow a little bit. There are spots along golden fur. It's likely a large cat. MAJIN and Charles, you guys both see this as well. You guys both have 2 excess successes. You guys can purchase a stunt. And with it being a large cat that is looming and watching you, I would recommend doing so.
What does that mean?
Right, you and I didn't get a chance to... So, with excess successes, if you would like to leave them, you can just... they can mean you succeeded on a certain degree of success. Like, 5 over is just like godly. If you have 5 excess successes, people will be talking about it for years to come. You can also just spend those excess successes for stunts, for things in preparation. So, for example, you see a large cat looming behind bushes. Let's say you want to ready yourself for an attack. You want to defend. You can grant yourself a +2 enhancement to do so, meaning you'll have...
Oh.
Yeah. So you can make it so they don't really go to waste, as some people might think. Though I would argue that degrees of success is also pretty great as well. Because legend.
Yeah, I'll just purchase a stunt.
Okay. So there's multiple stunts you can purchase. There's a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of there's stuff in the book that's just pre-stuff, or you can just kind of describe like, hey, I want to prepare for this thing's defense, and then we'll determine what the enhancement is, basically. Or if it's just a static +2 enhancement. Static +2 enhancement just means if you roll a single success on the next roll in preparation for this defense, you'll have an additional 2 successes.
Can I use my stunt to remove its initiative by pouncing on it?
Absolutely. You can get the drop on it if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, MAJIN, is there anything you want to do with your excess 2?
Preparing to fight.
Okay, I'll grant you, MAJIN, a +2 enhancement to whenever it attacks. Whenever it makes an attack against you. Again, meaning that if you roll a single success on your next roll for defense against it, you'll have an additional +2 successes. And we'll cover it again probably a lot throughout this, I guarantee it.
Okay, so it'll straight out be +2 successes.
Yeah, it's not adding dice to your pool. Yeah, it's not adding dice to your pool at all. It's just straight up 2 successes. You look so excited.
That's amazing. I'm so happy. I've been so looking forward to this.
Charles, you can get the drop on it, and I'll grant you the same. I'll grant you the same thing. You have noticed it. You're going to get the drop on it as well. Gregor, unfortunately, you just met the threshold, so you don't really get like a crazy enhancement or the chance to get the drop on it or anything like that. But you do know what it is, and you do know it's there, so you can, mentally prepare yourself for whatever might come.
Is it a tiger?
You pounce on it. So no, it's not a tiger. So you very clearly see it's a leopard of some sort.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like good old Chuck can take a leopard. I don't think I can take a tiger.
Listen to yourself. You pounce on it. What would you like to do? That is the first round of action and essentially what is beginning combat. So
I would like to put it in a rear neck choke.
Okay. What skill? Close combat?
Yeah, I would like to do close combat, and I would like to choose power.
Absolutely. Close combat and might, I believe, yes?
Yep.
Go ahead and give me that roll. It's going to make a roll against you as well. It's not going to try and... It's not obviously not trying to be in the same... Or not to be grappled, basically.
So I rolled my 10 dice. I got a 10, a 9, and 3 8s. Need to re-roll that 10. Okay, and that 10 became an 8. So I have 6 successes
6.
on top of my 2, so I have 8.
Yes. So
Right?
to differentiate. Okay, but it's time to go down. Thank you, girl. You rolled 6 successes, 6 material successes. That's what they're called.
Okay.
And then the +2 enhancement adds it up and brings it to 8. Just for verbiage's sake, for the future, and for anyone who's watching might be like, "What the heck's a material success?" Now we know. So 8 successes. Yeah. In the midst
Can I go a
of
step beyond the rear neck choke and German suplex it?
on the next turn, yes.
Okay.
If you manage to keep it in check. You caught it by surprise. You got your +2 enhancement. So, you do this against all odds. You grapple this thing. You have it in a rear naked choke. Gregor, MAJIN, you guys see this happen as well. Now, with that being said, I'm going to need initiative rolls from everyone. Initiative being your best combat-related skill plus cunning.
Two successes.
2.
2 successes.
2.
You said your combat skill plus cunning.
Yeah, your best combat skill plus cunning.
Okay.
And your combat-related skill doesn't have to be like... If you could make an argument for it being something besides close combat, or like survival could come into play here. So it's not exactly a set thing, like, oh, I need to choose close combat or firearms or whatever. An argument can be made for a lot of stuff. Basically, the story path system gives me a reason to be like, well, make an argument. I love it. Say 4 successes? Excellent. So it's going to be MAJIN, the Leopard, and then Charles and Gregor. You guys can decide who wants to go first.
I go first, since you have it in your clutches, and you want to do that German suplex, and it's probably best if I don't do something that either takes it out before you can.
Sounds fine to me, man.
All right.
Excellent. So MAJIN, you're up first, amigo.
I don't know what to do. This motherfucker is grappling a leopard. I mean, I know we didn't talk about loadout per se, but I imagine, given my background, I would have some sort of firearm.
Yeah, I picture... Okay, this actually brings a fun aspect of Scions. I'm going to step out of the game for a second and explain it. We didn't discuss loadout. You're absolutely right. We will do so next session to better equip you guys for this. But there is a mechanic called Twist of Fate that will come into play later, where you guys can change the course of the story itself, where perhaps you are locked in a bar and it is burning, and there is an open window conveniently in the back room because you rolled Twist of Fate. But so if you're ever in need of a knife, or never in need of a gun or whatever, and it's a possibility you might have had it, Twist of Fate's got your back. But we'll get to that more when we actually have the opportunity to use it. But just something I want to touch on for your guys' sake. Scion gives you guys a lot of control. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, I would imagine you have a knife. You maybe have a gun that's illegal in New York.
I almost got to know that.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it secret. It's fine.
Yeah. Gunshots happen all the time. Million suspects. Literally.
I'll just prepare that and wait and to see what happens. Maybe a clear shot after he suplexes it. I don't know. I'm not trying to.
So a reflexive action, you pull your handgun. What kind of gun is it, MAJIN?
A SIG.
Good man.
320. Yeah.
P320, you said? I'm going to grant you +1 enhancement. just for the shits and gigs, because I can. All right, you ready yourself? Ready, just in case it does in fact break away. Charles, reflexively, yes. I need you to, if you want to try to keep this thing grappled,
yep,
it's going to struggle. So I'm thinking close combat and might again, in order to try to keep it grappled. Okay. But an argument could be made for dexterity if you'd like.
Nah, I'll do might.
Okay.
I was thinking it was going to be like athletics, but either way, it's the same dice pool for me.
Okay. Excellent. So, go ahead and make your roll. This is going to be contest, so there is no set difficulty. It's just a contest.
Okay, I have 6 successes. I managed to get 2 10s on that last one, and it was fantastic.
You monster.
Excellent. The leopard barely breaks free. You kind of, it squirms and wriggles, and you're like, no. But that's all it really can do is get free and just kind of drop to its legs and drop to its feet and just kind of looks around, just because it's never been fucking grappled by a human before. Yeah, that's the leopard's turn. It doesn't really. I would make the argument that it can't really move either because it broke free from a grapple, and I would think that takes up its movement band as well. So we are brought to Charles. I believe it was Charles that said he was going to go first, correct?
Yeah.
Charles, you're up, man. Leopard.
I'm going to German suplex it. Yep.
You got to grab it again.
Okay.
Okay. What do you?
Is that possible in one turn?
I'll allow it.
Like reflexively try and grab it and then try and like do a German suplex from there?
Yeah, I'll say the suplex itself is just one simple action. Perhaps a mixed action could be argued for it, but I think that if you go in with the intent of suplexing and don't exactly just go in for a grapple first. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are you thinking?
This one's
survival and power?
Not survival, I think.
Not survival to try and ascertain the best place to grab it?
Yeah. We'll call it survival. This is a very different type of suplex. I would say survival, like, all right, well, if a human shoulder blade is here, then a cat's shoulder blade might be here. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do survival and might.
Survival and might. I'm going to allow chat to influence the story a little bit. Custom said that, please tell me that Charles has its tail in its teeth and kept it from running away. That's exactly what happened.
Okay. Oh, God. I got another 6.
6 successes?
Yeah.
Excellent. You suplex this cat. It's pissed.
Awesome.
Gregor, you're up, man.
I think you scared off the cat. Let it run.
If it can get away.
No, Charles, let it run. It knows it can't beat you now. Just... Oh my God. Charles. I've got my hand on my revolver because it doesn't leave casings and makes it easier to not have to worry about police finding evidence. But, Charles, why?
Because it tried to attack me, and so now it must battle.
You already won. Let it run.
Gregor, is that your turn?
I'm not going to attack this poor beast who's being accosted by this madman.
Fair enough. We are brought back up to MAJIN. There is a clear shot. Well, kind of.
I mean, is it trying to get away, or is it just like what the fuck is going on?
I mean, it looks like it looked like it got away from Charles, and then Charles gripping its tail in his teeth, then went in for the suplex.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to kill my friend here, so I guess I I'm gonna hold off. I guess this is the fuck you fighting a leopard for.
Okay.
What? Who's gonna jump us?
Charles, a suplex kind of requires you to let it go, so it is free.
Yeah.
It is going to make a claw attack against you. Now, unlike Vampire, which you guys are used to, you have an opportunity to defend.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and on your turn have, though I will say this is your reflexive action, is to defend. That takes up your reflexive,
Okay.
a reflexive action, I should say.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
your defense is going to be your resilience. Any of your resilience attributes, whatever approach you want to go with, resolve, stamina, or composure. And I'm going to call this probably close combat.
Okay, I'll do resolve.
Okay, resolving to do what? Just narrate this a little bit for me.
Assert my dominance.
Understood. Fair enough. You do this. Go ahead and give me that defensive dice roll, and I will give you...
I got a 10, 3 9s, 8. Need to re-roll that 10. And another 8.
So 6 successes.
Yeah.
Excellent. It takes a claw at you. It doesn't luckily find purchase on your body, doesn't tear into your flesh, does tear your shirt and your coat a little
Son
bit.
of a bitch.
And it's going to use its movement band to just fuck off as far as possible. It's not going to get too crazy far because, you can use your movement to get up next to it again as well. But it's used in a simple action to swipe at you to maybe deter you from following it, and then it's going to move away in movement speed.
Okay, I'm going to try and dead-ass sprint after it and tackle it.
All right, go ahead and
Ruin my joke! You son of a bitch! Take a swipe at my coat? Nah.
Go ahead and give me a I think a roll of your choice. Close combat athletics.
I'm thinking athletics to try and, run after it.
Okay. And then I'm thinking raw power, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Understood. Go ahead and give me that roll. I'm going to make its defensive pool.
So far, I have 4 successes, but 2 of them were 10s. I only got a 3 and a 2 on the next one, so I only have the 4 successes.
3 successes. All right, yeah, you tackle this thing. You've got it.
Awesome. I can't do anything else my turn, right?
Yeah, that was your simple action. You use reflexive to defend. Your movement band, I'm going to say, was used up as charging on it as well. That's your turn, man.
Okay.
Gregor.
I'm gonna walk closer to Charles and just be like, Charles, stop playing with the leopard. It was running away. You won.
But it took a swipe at me. It has to know that I am dominant to it.
It does. It's a cat. It's not a dog. You can't just...
It thought it could get away with swiping at me. That's not okay.
It's a cat. It's a cat. It's not a dog. You can't just dominate a cat. That's my turn. I'm not gonna shoot the poor beast that's being accosted by this madman who lives in my apartment.
Fair enough.
Sometimes.
MAJIN. Unless there's anything crazy you want to do.
No, I'm gonna just put my gun away because at this point in time, I think we're probably the offenders now. And back up my
Yeah.
friend Gregor and say, yeah, I think you won. Yeah, I think you won.
But it needs to know that.
It does! It ran away!
We're effectively out of combat. Charles, you are still combating with it, grappling and whatnot. The leopard itself, like, you're hanging onto it. It does wriggle away a little bit, kind of get its front paws away, and starts to, like, just claw its way, it's dragging you away, basically, from your friends. Go ahead and give me, I think survival would be the best skill.
Okay.
And then cunning. Everybody.
Mm. Oh, word? Damn it. I got 4.
4.
Yeah. I never managed to, like, sink in the rerolls, though.
No worries.
Only 2. Get down.
Total of 7. I had 2 10s and got those as well.
Good God. Okay, difficulty was 2. So, Gregor, you notice that the ground is, you see the trees, the ice already had been melting, but is now dropping from the trees. Something is coming. Something is making the world rumble. Charles, you said you got 4, 2 excess.
Mm-hmm.
You can take an enhancement or a stunt if you'd like.
What's the difference between an enhancement and a stunt?
Well, a stunt will allow you to do certain things. So, like, there are defensive stunts that do very specific things, or you can just have them draw back over as an enhancement. I will say it's not always an option to just take an enhancement, but for this, I'm being pretty lenient. Same thing goes for you, Majin. Difficulty was 2. You have 5. I will say as well, with the leftover 2, you guys can identify with a stunt, just knowledge stuff of what might be coming.
I'll do that.
Same.
Okay. I'm going to say that it costs 2. So, Charles, you expend it and you can get a glimpse of what's going on. Majin, you still have 3 leftovers. Anything you want to do with it?
I could use the 3 as enhancement.
Yeah, you can either use the 3 enhancement, or I can give you a little bit more information on what's coming. Or you can purchase another stunt.
Fuck it. Give me all the information I could get.
Understood. Okay. So, for the sake of this, Majin, on your travels, you were not confined to America. You've traveled Canada, South America, or I should say, all of the Americas. In addition to this, you've also traveled outside of the continent. I wouldn't say that you've experienced this before, but you are familiar with the stories. This is something like a smaller version of it, a stampede. And in the distance, you can kind of make out horns and gray skin. Rhinos, my friend. A small stampede of rhinos is heading your way.
I yell out stampede, and I book it to the nearest tree.
Charles, you get the sense that it is indeed rhinos. Probably not the full scope as Majin has. There's about 6 or 7 of them.
I'll leave it at a stampede then, if that's cool with you.
Yeah. What would you guys like to do? The leopard is still like, please fuck off. Please get off me.
Yeah. I'll let go of the leopard and send it off with a kick in the ass, and then I'll hike up the nearest tree.
Similar, but without the leopard part.
Understood. You guys, Majin, what are you up to, man?
Yeah, I'm going up to the nearest tree.
You guys make your way up to the trees, trying to climb up a little bit. It is I mean, rhinos are pretty quick. Like you would think that maybe they would be a little bit slower with their size. No, they're a little bit. They're pretty fast. So you guys are scrambling up trees as they come up, and they don't. This is not their environment. And for those of you guys that don't know, rhinos are blind idiots. They'll sometimes kill their young because it moves too close to them, and because they can't see where the dam, they'll kill their young. So they don't really know what's ahead of them until they're right up on it. So they're going to probably smack into your trees. Rhinos are fun creatures. Fun creatures.
Yeah.
So, you guys see this coming, and Majin, with your successes, you probably know, okay, well, they're probably going to smack into a tree. Hopefully it holds. Something amazing happens. From the right, a torrent, almost like a sea of monkeys, begins to pour, cutting off the path of these rhinos. Small ones, large ones. There's a gorilla in there for every 10 there's probably like one gorilla. It's a torrent of monkeys and apes that just begin to block the path of these rhinos. And one of them jumps on the horns, another one kind of just blocks its path. One of the gorillas grips it and just kind of forces it back. It's that scene of an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, and it's just a small push. An insane sight. An insane, truly madness is occurring in Central Park today. The monkeys are led by a man. Well, almost a man. You hear, leaping from the back of a silverback gorilla, an individual with what looks like a bow staff in hand. He's dressed a lot like Charles. White t-shirt, no coat, loose-fitted pants, no shoes to speak of. He's got crazy sideburns. There's a lot of arm hair. The most notable feature, though, I think, is the tail. But you hear him, and that's what draws your eyes to his amazing appearance, is just he leaps from the back of the silverback and just woo! Leaps, drops in front of a rhino, starts batting them in the horns with this staff, stopping them in place, kind of hurting these rhinos almost with these monkeys. He's now standing atop a rhino. To Majin and Gregor, you guys just hear terrible screeches, that sound of baboons shrieking from this man's throat as he raises his staff and twirls it in his fingers, and then smacks the rhino on its ass as it starts to stampede back. Maybe not stampede, but trot away as he leaps to the next and then starts to smack him again. Charles, what you hear in the screeches are commands. Fuck off, you great beasts! No one wants you here. You're in the snow. Who even put you in the snow? What kind of monster? Get! What'd you guys like to do?
That's where I fucked up. I went after dogs. I needed fucking monkeys.
It's just one of those. This is one of those things that happens in the world that Gregor's just doesn't like because it always ruins everything. What's gonna happen to the monkeys? Are we gonna have to deal with monkeys in the city now? I don't like this idea.
One of the monkeys, little yellow shoulder monkey, scampers up to the tree that Charles is in, and just scampers up and just starts to pick things off, like just knit your hair and just tug it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just...
No, right back here, right here. Yeah.
Starts to just eat things out of your hair.
Eating fleas that I picked up from the dogs.
The dogs have fucked off entirely, by the way.
Yeah, no. Like, there's no way. The dogs are still here. I'm gonna jump into the monkey pile.
Monkey Pile catches you, just excitedly, like having like the one of the gorillas just kind of opens its arms, and you just leap into the arms of a gorilla. It kind of gives you this strange hug. It's almost like a Coco and Robin Williams moment where it just kind of hugs you, rocks you a little bit, and then kind of scoops you up like a baby and starts to just walk in that.
This is all I ever wanted.
In that gorilla walk toward the individual as it sends the last rhino off. You guys again are just hearing this terrible screeching that monkeys usually emit. Charles, you see as it is standing on this last rhino about to knock it on its ass, you see him look at you, and his eyes are just vibrant green. He has his staff raised, he smiles, and you can see a fanged mouth, like, you know, just like a wild monkey. And he points the staff at you, and again, Gregor and MAJIN, you just hear just a screech. Charles, you hear him just calling out to the creatures, "Bring me the boy!"
Okay, now it's time for some resistance. I'm gonna turn into the leopard for a second and try and like claw my way out of this gorilla's arms.
There's a thing called scale in Scion, where if a fight or a struggle is too great, it's not even a point of rolling, and like there's a certain number of hands. I'll tell you right now, you're not gonna get away from this gorilla.
No, I know.
But you scamper, and he's just like kind of under his arm. You guys see your ass is facing the monkey. You're looking at your friends like, "Help!" Gregor, MAJIN, you guys can see this.
Guys, the gorilla's taking me away.
I'm gonna
Wait a
start
second.
climbing down.
This means no show.
Yeah, same.
Myself comfortable.
I'm gonna start climbing down and going after him. If I can get up to him and like grab onto his hands and try to pull, I'm not gonna fight the gorilla. Because this crazy madman over there is clearly got a lot of monkeys, and we're gonna lose.
Yeah. You guys make your way down. The monkeys don't really seem to be bothered by you too much. This gorilla has reached the rhino. The rhino is just fucking terrified, eyes wide. It can't see much anyway. All it sees a torrent of gold and terror. Charles, the individual with the staff, looks down at you and says, "Boy."
You keep saying that.
Face me, child. You were kind of craning your neck. Again, your ass is facing him. The gorilla's just kind of like,
All right. Oh, on the thought that this gets me out of the shower, I will lay back and face him in the gorilla's hands.
The gorilla kind of positions you, and he says, "You dare to have shown your ass to the mighty, the great sage equaling heaven?"
Apparently, yeah. No, I was trying to get out of the gorilla's arms. I see where I fucked up now. I went after a pack of wild dogs. I should have went for the monkeys.
Well, yeah, of course. Monkeys are, the superior animal. I mean,
It's so hard to find monkeys in Central Park.
yeah, no.
Until now.
This place is a shithole. You should move.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Did you see what I did to that leopard, though?
I did. And again, Gregor and MAJIN, you guys are getting closer, and you guys can hear Charles is screeching now too.
Yeah, I'm just like they're just yelling at each other, and I'm just picturing going.
Yeah, it's a hell of a sight. The monkeys are still surrounding. There's this one lone rhino that's just fucking being used as a platform.
I'm not inclined to go in there right now.
What are you up to, MAJIN?
Just wondering what the fuck is going on.
I have
Why
my
is the
gun ready.
Jumanji kid talking to Chuck? I don't know.
I'm ready to shoot the apparent Scion that's controlling all these monkeys. I always assume Scion first.
You can see Charles. He drops down and he says, "Yeah, no, it was a little bit difficult finding you in all this. Honestly, I mean, I get kind of lost sometimes. Yeah, no, I've been looking for you for a hot minute.
You get lost too?
Yeah, no, I'm not so great with directions. I mean, I usually have some friends that tag along, but journey's what you make of it, though, you know?
What?
Journey's what you make of it, you know?
There it is. Yes, exactly. Like, who cares if you get lost going to Jacksonville and end up in Nova Scotia because you're hitchhiking? Like,
Right? I've never been to Nova Scotia. I always end up in fucking Arizona. I don't understand.
oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Those are different places,
Did you
right?
pass in Nova Scotia? So you just end up in Arizona with like a jacket?
I think so, yeah. I always end up in the Grand Canyon.
Hmm. Anyways, why are you looking for me?
Oh, we got a lot to talk about. Are those your friends?
Yeah. That's Gregor, and that's MAJIN. MAJIN has this weird golden eagle thing. It doesn't like sharing trees. So I guess just be mindful of that. But aside from that, yeah, they're great people.
Oh, right on. Cool. All right, well, I hate the cold, so we're gonna have to figure all this out.
You want to go to the bar?
He kind of whistles. And Gregor, MAJIN, you guys feel your legs scoop out from underneath you as these puffy clouds, looks like they're almost drawn with ink or maybe crayon, scoop underneath you. You feel yourself fall into it about maybe like 2-3 inches, and then find some sort of solid purchase, and it makes you rise into the air. Charles, you do the same. The gorilla kind of has let you down, and your legs are scooped out from underneath you. The individual, the great sage equaling heaven, as he has dubbed himself, hops down and jumps onto another cloud as well, and you guys begin to rise as he brings the clouds with him as he travels. It's still cold. It's a lot of wind breeze here. Yeah. What do you guys like to do?
Always wanted to ride a cloud. Do I still have my golden monkey?
Yeah, he's sitting on your shoulder.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I'll give him pats and then let him have one of my chicken sandwiches.
Excellent. It's a little bit cold by now, much as Custom pointed out.
Imagine it's also squished from the grappling with the leopard.
Yeah. He commands the clouds. You guys are soaring over New York. It is very cold. MAJIN, you're kind of used to this. You have the leather and whatnot. This is very akin to what it's like when you ride the motorcycle through colder climates. Wind chill is a real bitch. But yeah, you guys are soaring over the skies of New York. Gregor, MAJIN, thoughts?
Just what the fuck? Why is this happening? I'm kind of crouched on the cloud and trying to hold onto it with my hands because
Excellent.
This is terrifying.
Your hands do sink in a little bit. Again, that same 2, maybe 3 inches, and find solid purchase. You can't find like an edge or anything to grip unless you like lean closer to the edge, but it's kind of fucking terrifying.
Just fucking...
Yeah, Charles, you're soaring alongside this individual with the staff, and he's like, he's just kind of like, this is the best way to travel. I don't understand why anybody would do anything different.
Maybe they don't have clouds.
Peasants.
That hurts. That hurts a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll get to it. You guys head to a one of the larger towers. Looks like a penthouse apartment, basically. No one is present on the landing, but there is a rooftop sort of balcony area where people have set up chairs and stuff to sit. There are heat lamps on each corner in the centers and whatnot. About every 3 feet or so, there's a heat lamp, and it is much warmer up here. It's like a climate in and of itself. So,
Well, don't need this.
yeah, to the point where MAJIN, even your jackets are like, Jesus Christ, it's very warm. The clouds touch down on the surface. You guys can step down if you guys would like. He jumps down and he's like, wow. Yeah, no, the city is very pretty from up there, though. I'll give you guys that. Not quite a shithole from the sky.
Yeah. I'll hop down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should switch to switches over to English. Charles, you don't notice anything crazy different. Gregor and MAJIN, you guys hear him say, "Sorry, that must have been rude." I've been told I can be rude sometimes.
Oh, okay.
What'd you do?
No offense taken. Thank
that?
you for saving us from the rhinos.
Oh, no problem.
What'd you do? What were you doing that was rude?
Oh, nothing
Okay.
too crazy.
Can I assume Charles is still screeching?
Yeah. For the sake of Charles is still screeching.
I'm just imagining when it gets pointed out, Charles like, "How do I fucking stop?"
Yeah, and he looks to you and he's like, "Hey, English, man, don't be rude.
What are you talking about?
Just speak English."
Am I not speaking English?
I mean, you can switch to
Charles, you're screeching.
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
is pretty normal the first time. Just calm your mind, meditate a little bit.
Did you do something to Charles?
Okay.
Tower of Babel's Charles?
Oh no. That's just he's. We'll get to that. I need you to focus. You say your name was Charles?
Yeah, Chuck, Charles, Leon, Skulson.
Oh wow, that is not the name I would have. Skolson?
Yeah, that's my last name. That was given to me at the orphanage when I beat the shit out of a bunch of guys that were about to leave the orphanage when I was 12.
Are you fucking kidding? That is not. Oh man, we're gonna fix that. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. Yeah, just focus. Really think. Think normal. You thinking normal?
I'm gonna try to think normal.
You focus a little bit. What's the next thing Charles says?
What do you mean normal exactly?
There it is. He's in English.
All right, well there we go. What the fuck was that? Oh, you saw the leopard thing, right? What'd you think of that suplex? I was really trying to focus on like the anatomy of the leopard whenever I went in for it. So.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. I mean, I would have done it a little bit differently, but to each their own.
See, I was thinking about that, or grabbing it by the tail and trying to slam it into like a tree or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but then you always have the worry about like if it breaks the tree, and then you got people bitching about their trees and public property and property damage. Who's gonna pay this?
That's so weird because it's never public property when you're sleeping in the tree.
Right. All of a sudden, I don't get it, man. Sorry.
Other people.
Charles, you slept in a tree last night?
Fuck.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude again. Just very excited. I'm so excited. I didn't catch your guys' name. I am Sun Wukong, the great sage equaling heaven. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Call bullshit on that.
No, really.
I don't believe you.
No, I promise. I know it's hard to believe me gracing you with my presence. I know, I understand. It's difficult to believe.
No, no. It's not that I don't believe that Sun Wukong will be here. I don't believe you're the actual Sun Wukong.
Well, I mean, what's it going to take to? I mean, I don't feel like I need to prove myself, but I mean,
no, you don't need to prove. No, you don't need to prove yourself. Nobody's telling you to prove yourself. But I don't believe you.
He raises his hand, the staff in it, bounces on a finger. Huh?
I mean, okay, so I'm willing to believe he's a scion of Sun Wukong, but I don't believe Sun Wukong that saved us from rhinos.
Flicks the bow staff onto his tail, bouncing. He's like, huh?
No, I don't believe you are Sun Wukong.
I got it. No, I got it. He kind of takes a step back, sets the staff down, bows, and then turns a little bit, bowing to the 4 directions, and then looks up into the sky. and then just this golden light just shoots out of his eyes, piercing the clouds, piercing the heavens itself. He closes his eyes, and you can see like the red irises now. Is once were vibrant green are now just glowing red. Huh?
You're Sun Wukong.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, random god who has decided to save us from rhinos for no reason.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for doing this. I'm also gonna get in a lot of trouble for that, but you know, that's fine. Who's gonna stop me?
This is great. You want to grab a drink?
Yeah, actually, I've got drinks, and you can see inside the house, it's glass panels and such. There's a bunch of monkeys just hanging out, lounging like people. One of them's playing Xbox. One of them is just lounging there with a beer in his hand. It's very strange. It's very weird. It's very strange to see.
Do you have any peaches?
Except that it's Sun Wukong. There's nothing weird about monkeys being around now.
I do have peaches. I have one special peach that I would like you to try. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your guys' names. Fuck. So sorry, rude.
Gregor DeWitt.
Gregor DeWitt. Pleasure
Nice
to meet you. He takes your hand, shakes it very, just like the difficult, just like very excited shake. And you're all stoic looking and.
Nah, I'm just confused. And my ride is down there.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll get you back down there as soon as possible. I don't think anyone's gonna have an issue with it. I think I could send some monkeys. You want me to? I got it.
No.
No, don't worry about it. You know, it's my pleasure.
No,
he plucks the
okay.
hair from his head, flicks it away, and it turns into like this almost ethereal clone of himself for a second, and then it solidifies. They high five, kind of looking each other over. He smacks the clone's ass and sends it off on the cloud.
Oh, please don't hurt it.
No, it'll be fine. I wouldn't dream of it. He might. I wouldn't. He wouldn't.
But he's the one going to it.
Probably.
We'll be fine.
My name's MAJIN.
MAJIN. It's a pleasure to meet you. That sounds very familiar.
I mean, it's Japanese, but yeah.
Yeah. Huh. We'll deal with that later. Hey, Chucky.
The bird or me?
You.
The bird is also going to be Chucky.
This little golden monkey is just sitting there, still picking stuff out of your hair. Are these your disciples?
No. We're friends. We grew up in the same orphanage.
What?
Yeah.
Orphanage?
What, you think someone's gonna just, like, come by and adopt a child that's gonna destroy their house?
You were supposed to be raised in a monastery.
What?
Yeah, man.
What's that supposed to mean?
Dude, are you Buddhist?
No.
Oh, I'm in so much trouble. Oh, God. Oh, that's bad.
Like,
I guess maybe not.
Irreparably bad?
No, I mean it's a rocky start. So these aren't your disciples.
No.
Huh.
The pack of wild dogs in Central Park is the closest thing I have to disciples.
Neat.
Mm.
You want me to go get those too?
Huh?
Should I go get those?
Yeah, sure.
They should be here for this.
Yes, they should.
Here, he plucks 3 more hairs from his head, sends them off. He opens the door and bids you to come inside, and is like, "Gentlemen, we have company." And they kind of rise, and they're like just sluggish, just start to grab
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
pull some hair from my head and see if I can do anything with that.
It flies away in the wind.
Oh.
You guys head inside if you choose to.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna not accept the invitation from Sun Wukong,
They
a god who's well known for his temper. Or his
they
kind temper.
they fix you drinks, bring you guys roasted meat. It's not exactly a feast, but there is a bountiful meal here.
Time to fucking chow down. I'm going to
Oh.
add my 2 remaining spicy McChickens to the feast.
Excellent. One of the monkeys kind of picks it up, just takes off the bread, licks it, puts it back on the table.
That's my favorite part too.
The ketchup on the top of the chicken. Oh god.
The Big Mac.
That's right.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
Yeah. In a few moments, he's kind of readying things, setting food out and whatnot. In a few moments, you have a few terrified dogs that drop off on the balcony.
Perfect. I'm gonna welcome them in. Come on, boys. Get in here.
They come in. The monkeys kind of start picking stuff off of them. They're like fucking, it's jarring for everyone involved. You can see you guys sit and eat. The dogs are kind of just picking up scraps and whatnot. He feeds them a bowl of meat and such. He's like sitting at the head of the table and not in a chair, sitting at the head of the table, on the table, just with a bowl, just eating. Is it good? You guys enjoy? It's good, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You said you had this one peach you wanted me to try?
Yeah. Now that all your disciples are gathered, you guys included, you guys are gonna need to help my boy out.
Your boy.
He suddenly, almost comically, drops his smile, turns away for a second, and looks back at you. Charles, I am your father.
I'm gonna try and punch him in the face.
He's not expecting it. There is a thing called scale, but he's not exactly taking it as a threat. I'll say you punch him. He kind of knocked back just a little bit. He's, ow! I mean, okay. I didn't expect that from an orphan. You should be excited to meet your dad. Jesus.
My mom killed herself because of you.
You had a hell of a wallop, kid.
Well, I've been saving that one for a while.
You said your mom what?
She killed herself because of my dad.
That doesn't make any sense. What?
So, I don't know. All I got was a note. And then I got shipped off to an orphanage, whatever.
I think it doesn't matter. Orphan factory is the correct term, I believe. But
Absolutely.
no, man, I didn't hear about that. I'm very sorry to hear that. I didn't know. Jesus, that turned depressing. Are you okay?
Well, yeah, that's all behind me. But naturally, I had to punch my dad in the face for it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Okay, cool.
Well,
yeah,
I don't.
No,
I
as you
was
were
hatched from a rock, but damn, dude, what did the note say? Jesus, I am so sorry.
I don't know. I don't have the note anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Where were you at? What orphanage?
I've been all over.
Damn, dude, wow, this is not going how I expected.
But no, now that I punched you in the face, everything's fine.
Okay, good to know. Well, I mean, if that's all fine, then you really threw me off my groove here for a second. Hold on, I gotta take a minute to recover.
I'll take that as a win in and of itself.
Kind of just going over it, and he's like, food, sweep him off of his feet. Charles, I am your father. Yeah, Charles, you are my son. As such, that makes you divinity.
Okay.
and kind of pulls out a piece of paper from one of his pockets. With divinity comes responsibility. Your new powers that you'll become uncovering are not to be taken lightly. They are a vast responsibility. The government of humanity. This is boring as shit. He tosses it to the side. Look, I'm not great at this. You're my kid, and
Okay.
I'm very excited. I hate this place. You know, it's very cold. But yeah, man, it's time. Like, this is your visitation. I think that's what you guys call it. You're gonna be a god, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I get to have fun at a godly level.
You have what?
I get to have fun at a godly level now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so long as you keep under the bureaucracy of heaven's radar. But yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, here, dude, eat this.
Listen, okay, there we go.
Throws you this peach.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch it goes. It is.
I would, after the first bite, I'd like to, depending on how enchanting it is, share a little bit with the little monkey.
It is delicious. It is so much so that you fully intend to share it with the little monkey, and and MAJIN Gregor, it's despite Charles' situation and like living on the streets essentially, he's never like devoured anything like he's doing this. He's never been like, he's never let his starving show that he is starving when he eats. You know, he eats, and granted, some people say like he doesn't have manners, but he's never just been like, like just like it's his last meal. He's doing that with this. He's just fucking. It's awful to look at. Charles, you're not minding manners at all. You're just peach juice everywhere on your face. You devour this thing in its entirety, the seed and all. And Sun Wukong kind of looks at you guys. Just, I can't. You guys can't have peaches. I'm very sorry.
Hey, no offense is taken.
How was it?
That was the best food I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it'll do. Your first one will get you. It'll be. It's worth it. It's really worth it.
So the first one? There's
Yeah.
more?
Well, yeah. I mean, after, but I mean, it's gonna hurt. I mean, it's worth it. It'll be worth it.
It's gonna hurt. What do you mean it's gonna hurt?
Oh yeah, this is gonna suck, dude. I'm sorry. I should have warned. I should have started with that. Sorry. Suddenly, Charles, you sort of feel a terrible pain in your stomach. Almost as if like the peach you've just eaten is rotten. It tasted delicious. Tasted fine. Everything was fine. And it's like now you have to get the cold sweats. Your vision is a little bit blurry. You are feeling very, very sick.
God, you never ate the seeds.
What was that?
That was a
What
peach. That was a peach from, kind of points upwards. So we're gonna, like I said, you're my kid, so you're gonna be fine. It's just we gotta purge the nonsense out of you. You gotta, strain some stuff out. Charles, you pooed a little bit. It smells awful, guys. And Charles, you feel the urge to vomit.
I mean, I'll try not to vomit on the food. Like,
Yeah. You kind of get away from the table for a second. You guys can hear explosive diarrhea. You guys can hear as Charles begins to vomit, just erupting out of both ends. The vomit in and of itself consists of what Charles's last meals were, which, to be fair, wasn't a whole lot. So he's vomiting up a lot more than he should be. In addition to this, the coloration is a little bit off. There's blood in his vomit. Sun Wukong is just sitting there, content and happy as can be. Yeah, just breathe through it.
Is he gonna be okay?
Through the nose.
do you have a bathroom? Like, can I get in a shower or something now?
I mean, you can if you can stand.
I'll crawl. Where is it?
You start to crawl. You guys see Charles again erupting from both ends. Just ugh. The monkeys are kind of backing away, going ugh. Gregor, MAJIN, you guys see an eruption of blood. Charles, you see the same thing, obviously coming from your own mouth. It's terrifying. You think this might be the end?
Is that normal? Is the blood normal?
Yeah, no, that's a lot, actually. Hold on, that might not have been a good idea.
Are you sure he's your son?
Yeah, no, I'm like
just saying,
70% sure.
That's a big margin missing.
I mean, Skullson caught me off guard. Oh fuck.
That do sound Nordic.
Yeah, I don't like that. Who gave you the name Skullson? Charles, you can't answer. You're just going at it, man. Like, yeah, I'll get in contact with I don't. Fuck. All right, listen. If he dies, can we just keep this between us? Is that okay with you guys?
He's our friend.
Yeah. No. I mean, we'll look. Be cool, man. Just be cool. Charles, you have another torrent of vomit. This is not blood. I mean, not in the traditional sense. This golden fluid, and I truly mean golden. It is glistening. It is much like the precious metal, just erupts. You see it and you're like, huh. And then you pass out. Cool. There it is. He's fine. We're good. Everything's fine. That's good.
He just peed out his mouth. What are you talking about?
No, that's Iker.
I turn him on his side so he doesn't suffocate in his own vomit while we're talking about him.
Charles's face is covered.
I get like fucking the biggest barrier I can get between me and him, and then make sure he's on his side so he doesn't die while we're sitting here.
Excellent, you do this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Sun Wukong is just perfect. All right, I was making me nervous there, kid. Charles, you're unconscious.
I got a question though. Like, if it's not supposed to be this bad, but he still had the golden blood, and there's still the confusion over whether or not he may or may not be your kid, are we sure that he's not?
No, man, 100%. He's my kid.
Kidnap somebody from the Nordic pantheon?
Without a doubt, he's my kid. Without a doubt. No, 100%.
I mean, you could have asked. His name sounds Nordic.
No, without a doubt, 100%. That's my kid. I've never doubted it for a second.
You just
70%.
You can't prove that in court.
He's not wrong. It would be our words against his, and courts favor the gods.
Yeah. He's fine. We should probably put him in the shower.
Okay.
Look at him. He's just covered in shit, piss, vomit. Oh, it's gonna be like New Year's last year, isn't it?
You guys, along with Sun Wukong, you guys bring Charles to the shower. The monkeys begin to clean the dining area. Charles, you're passed out. You're dreaming.
Dreaming of mountains or beaches.
Yeah, you're dreaming of beautiful mountains amidst the cloud tops. People coming over and just bringing you peaches. There is a moment where you guys are alone with Sun Wukong, Gregor and Majin. Is there anything you guys want to do? He's just kind of assuring you he's fine. I know he's my kid. He's golden. Literally.
Do you have a spare change of clothes? Because these are soiled beyond repair, and I'm gonna cut them out of it rather than try to take these off.
Yeah, he can take these. I was told that my normal outfit wasn't great for public, but he can have these. I'll change.
Okay, thank you.
Goes off into his own bedroom.
I'm gonna cut Charles out of his clothes and just kind of put him in the shower. I'm not about to start that shit. When he wakes up, he can shower himself.
I mean, you just throw them in there with the clothes on.
No,
Turn the
no.
shower.
If we put him in there with the clothes on, I know him. He's gonna come out here and ask us what happened first. If he's naked, he's gonna do the same, but he might actually wash himself. In fact, never mind. You're right. Turn the shower on. The water will get as much of it as it can. And I make sure that he's still on his side so he doesn't choke on his vomit. Because the last thing we need is this is his visitation. Oh, he died. You're muted.
Gregor and MAJIN, you guys are alone as Sun Wukong changes. You guys can continue discussing what the plan is from here. Whatever you guys want to do.
Explains a lot.
Charles, while you dream of mountains and people coming to feed you these delicious peaches. You are lounging on a hammock between trees. They continue to bring you peaches, one by one. You enjoy them, and after a while you've had your fill. You tell them no more, and they continue to bring you peaches. No more, and they continue to bring you peaches. They fill the hammock with peaches. It eventually breaks the tree, and they continue to bring you peaches. Wicker baskets full of peaches, just dumping onto a pile. After a while, you are in a mountain of peaches. The juices are spilling as you struggle trying to climb your way out of this mountain of peaches, this pit of peaches. You're covered, and it's just the juices hitting your face. You just wake up screaming, just, no more peaches! And then you are in the shower.
Is there any soap?
Yeah, there's soap.
Fantastic. I'm going to wash myself.
Gregor and MAJIN are with you.
Oui.
I'm not sitting in there. He's naked. Or is about to be, I guess.
This is after I cut his clothes off. We gone.
Excellent. You are alone in your shower.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'll wash myself. If there's a towel, awesome. If not, I'm walking out stark naked.
Excellent. There is no towel during your shower. As you're washing yourself, Sun Wukong enters and is like, "Hey kid, I got you some." He kind of looks down at your lower half and he's like, "Yeah, you're definitely my kid." He tosses you the clothing and leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop out of the shower and get dressed. Go on out there.
Excellent. While that's going on, Sun Wukong comes to sit with you in the living room, Gregor and MAJIN. Yeah, no, he's definitely my kid. I checked.
Okay.
But this was a terrible misunderstanding.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Real bad.
So what was all that about a monastery earlier?
Yeah, no, I arranged for him to be raised a little bit differently, like a temple, basically. You know, kind of training, learning, all the etiquette stuff I never got. He was supposed to have it fucking made.
Huh. And yet somehow he ended up in a orphanage in Connecticut.
Where's Connecticut?
It's a little bit north of here.
Well, I suppose that's what happens, I guess. No harm done.
Just, 20-something years of orphanage,
Yeah, I'm bouncing around the system.
No, like 12 years. I mean, you get...
I guess.
Yeah, like he gets aged out when he's 12, right?
That's 18.
18?
Yeah.
You should have already, fought and, saved a country by then. What do you mean, 18?
That's... What? No! You're not legally an adult here till you're 18.
What?!
Yeah!
That's ridiculous!
No, it's really not!
That doesn't make any sense! I was about a week old when I first broke into heaven.
You also
God.
said you were hatched from a stone.
Yeah, I didn't have parents either. He doesn't have anything to complain about. He was cared for.
We're not arguing about the...
He did have parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a mom who killed herself.
Yeah, so I came out of a rock. He should have been fine.
Who
There's no
laid that
harm, no
rock?
foul.
Yeah, where did the rock come from?
Hey, it's nebulous.
It's nebulous. So you just popped into existence one day.
I mean, I don't question it.
That's fair. I wouldn't question my own existence either.
Yeah, once you get to that, it starts to get weird.
Yeah, I suppose.
So,
You guys still hungry?
no.
My appetite's kind of ruined.
So, I mean, what does he do now that he's a god?
Well, he's not a god yet. He's still got to go through, all of the ascendant stuff, and he's on his way. He's a step above. So, I mean, he's got a lot to do. He's got a lot to train for. I mean, the bureaucracy of heaven's gonna, if he continues on this path, I mean, he could go back to a life of normalcy, but that's kind of boring. But, I mean, they're gonna want to, assign him a purview and assign him all his powers and whatnot, and like all the stuff he's in charge of, unless they just let him wander, which is not a thing that they do.
So, just so I understand this, Charles is going to have to deal with the biggest bureaucracy that has ever existed.
Yeah.
Well, you
This
mentioned
is the
something
best
about
thing ever. This is the single best thing that could have ever happened.
what's these disciples you was talking about? These dogs are his disciples? Like you sent the dogs to him, or?
Well, yeah. Well, no. I mean, I thought he was part of a temple, and like, thought he had disciples and whatnot. I thought he was spreading Buddhism throughout the land. I don't know. I miscalculated.
Yeah.
So you guys aren't his disciples. He hasn't taught you guys anything?
How to pick a lock
That
when we were
what?
younger. How to pick a lock when we were younger.
Did he teach you anything? He looks to you, MAJIN.
I mean, he taught me a lot of what not to do.
Yeah.
That was more by example.
That's fair. Charles
We
is at
started
this point that you step into the living room fully clothed. Sun Wukong, I should detail as well, has changed into his favorite garb, a yellow outfit mixed with red. There's a sort of a hat with like almost like a headdress almost. Anyone who's familiar with the Beijing opera would recognize this is the outfit. This is the costume for Sun Wukong in the Beijing opera. He appears to have stolen it.
Looks sharp.
That's about yourself, sport.
Yeah, so what the fuck am I doing now?
Oh, we got to get you trained. The bureaucracy is going to want to give you a purview and assign you heavenly duties and whatnot. And we got to get you a job, man. We got to get you like a full on we're gonna get you situated right. I'm sorry, like your friends have been filling me in on everything that you've been through so far, but we got to get you we're gonna fix that. We're gonna get you a nice job, a nice title. It's gonna be great, dude.
What if I don't care about those things?
I mean, yeah, but the title.
All right, that would be pretty great. You said something about I had to go to hell.
What? No,
Yeah, you just said that I had to go to hell, and they would assign me like purviews and stuff like that.
well, no, the bureaucracy of heaven. We gotta build up to that.
Okay. That was what that was.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
They can't just have you roaming around. They had a big issue with me for a while. And ironically enough, whenever I was like, yeah, sure, I'll get a title, I'll get a job, and they wouldn't give me the job that I wanted. So you might not always get what you want. I don't know, I just wanted something higher. I just wanted something big. And they had me cleaning fucking stables.
That's trash.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with it. I mean, I was happy with the horses. Then I learned it was the lowest position in heaven. wasn't about that. So now I am the great sage equaling heaven. But you'll work up to that. Maybe.
Nah. I'm gonna be the great sage who surpasses heaven.
Ooh, even better. Good luck, man.
Then I'll give you a good punch.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sorry. Your bike, I think, is fine. Yeah, man, I'm just excited to have you guys. Honestly, we really got to work on like your Buddhism. You know.
Okay, what do we need to do with that?
I don't really know.
Does he have to convert? I mean,
I don't think so. I think that.
I mean, we saw Buddha in a flyer last week.
Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll be honest. I'm not the best Buddhist. Shh.
So
that's fine.
He has to be nominally Buddhist, then, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, he's got to, stand by principles. I mean, it doesn't have to be Buddhist. He's got to. The bureaucracy of heaven wants him to do good. Ever since, my little fiascos and whatnot, my little adventures, they've been very keen to keep track of my kids. It's kind of prejudice, if you ask me.
Yeah, that sounds a little messed up. When am I going to get my tail?
You don't have a tail yet? Dude, oh man, we are so far behind.
You're throwing me in the shower. What do you mean I don't have a tail yet?
I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
Why was you looking at him in the shower?
I had to give him his clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna grow a tail.
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
I'm assuming Asian monkey kind of tail, not prehensile?
Probably.
Probably. That implies that some of your kids do have prehensile tails. This man does not need a third thing with he can grab things.
Comes in handy.
Yeah, that sounds hella useful, I'll be honest.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not great at this. This is only like my 4th, maybe 5th visitation. So, I mean, I'm not great at this. This is probably very informal. There's probably like a whole process I'm not doing right.
Yes. Brothers and sisters, then?
Well, half brothers, half sisters, yeah. But I want you to think of as the world as your family. That's kind of like what Buddhism is all about. Like the world should be treated as your familial connections, Till they piss you off, then you beat the shit out of them mercilessly.
Yeah.
Don't let them get a chance to breathe.
Absolutely.
If they can't breathe, they can't fight.
Yeah, 100%. That's my whole... Did you see what I did with the dog? Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah, I saw that. I was with the macaw.
Oh! I was wondering why a scarlet macaw was in the area. I thought the zoo had a, breakout or something.
Oh, yeah, no, the zoo definitely had a breakout. That was my bad.
I see.
I wanted to make a spectacle of it. I wanted to, have this grand thing. And then it kind of got out of hand. I just wanted the monkeys, and then all of them were like, "Oh, take me! I want to be free." And then I let them free, and then now,
It's his problem. Don't worry about it. Unless it's his first mission.
There we go. That's it right there. That'll be your first mission. Round up the animals in the zoo. From the zoo.
Too easy.
Escape from the zoo.
First day of meeting them and you're telling them what to do. That's
I mean, that's not uncommon for Scions, right? That's the thing.
Yes. It's kind of...
They usually get awakened when they have a mission.
Yeah, I mean, I'll help.
You're fine. You don't need help. I can do it on my own.
Gregor, your phone begins to ring.
You got reception up here? What the fuck?
Did you not look at the tower? There's a cell tower on this tower. Excuse me, and I
Oh,
will
go for it.
get up and walk a little bit away. Go for Gregor.
Gregor, my friend. It's your landlord.
Yes. Hey, Sergey. How are you doing?
Doing very well, doing very well. I have good news and bad news.
Ah, what's the good news?
Good news is your rent is going down.
What's the bad news?
I am evicting you.
I see. I see. Why?
New owner bought building. I no longer have possession of building. It is being converted.
Ah. Ah, okay. So it's not... Alright, so... It's not going to be apartments anymore then?
No. It is being bought up by one of the Scion groups. One of the hero organizations needs it for their housing purposes.
See. It's housing for Scions.
Yes.
Okay, which one, if you don't mind me asking, and how long do I have till I have to move out?
1 week.
1 week. Understood. Understood. Thank you for the heads up.
No problem, no problem. I always try to get you information as soon as I know.
Yes, thank you. Well, tell Jessica I said hi.
I will.
Goodbye.
I will let her know you said hello. I should call her as well. I am divorcing her.
Why are you divorcing Jessica?
I sold my building.
Sergey, is this one of those situations where you're cutting all ties with everything and you're going to go move down to Florida?
I'm going
and
to the
gamble
Bahamas.
You're going to the Bahamas. Why, Sergey?
That is the place I want to be. I hate my wife so goddamn much. I want to be as far away from her as possible.
Sergey, I feel like you're having a midlife crisis and you're throwing everything away.
1 week, and he hangs up.
Sergey, God damn it, Sergey. Fucking bullet.
The Bahamas are nice this time of year, though.
Yes. All right. Well, I've just been evicted from my apartment.
What does that mean?
I can't
fine,
live
you-
there anymore.
Congratulations.
That's not a good thing.
Oh,
Well, what's happening?
It's been bought up by a Scion group. They're going to house Scions there.
I'll just join the group, and then you can have your place.
I know you. You're not going to like the group.
How do you know? We don't know the group yet.
Yes, but-
you had asked Sergey what the organization was, which one was scooping it up, and I was going to say before we kind of got sidetracked. He does pass off the information to you. Off the top of my head, I don't have a name. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
I didn't expect you.
It is one of the organizations that is a little bit more rigid, and that's kind of why you imagine they bought the building, is because of all the supernatural stuff that's been going on in New York. There likely have been an increase in their recruiting so that they can kind of keep things under wraps. They are very rigid, very by the book, and it's a lot like a Scion police force. It's like Charles would think it's gross.
Yeah, they're more or less just the police, but Scions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you'll be able to join that group. Like, I think you could physically do it, but I don't think you as a person could live with that. And I wouldn't ask you to.
I hate that you're right about that. Per rebellious nature, but aside from that, you're right.
Don't worry. I'll find a place. It's not hard.
I have the best idea. Oh, you guys gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta do stuff. All right. I'm sorry about your house. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh man, you look just like him too. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Who's he looking to when he says that?
He's looking at Gregor.
What's your idea, if you don't mind?
I'm not
Before
telling
we
you. Get on the clouds, and he starts like opening the balcony door, the doors to the balcony.
I'll get on the cloud because a god told me to.
Can I keep the cloud?
Sure, whatever. Take it.
Yeah.
Alright.
And you guys are whisked away.
Did we leave? Did we leave Majin's bike?
Majin's bike wasn't up there. It was still down in Central Park.
Oh, they never got it.
You know. You guys are brought down. Journeying down, is there anything that goes on, anything that gets talked about?
We still need to fix the zoo.
Do we have to fix?
What's that?
Do I have the little golden monkey?
The little golden monkey is just chilling on your shoulder.
So it came with me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, cool. Then I'll just look at Majin and be like, now I have a golden animal too.
You guys are brought down. So if there's anything to discuss on the way, by all means.
Yeah, are we still, so I took my shower. Are we good to grab drinks?
Get tasked to solve the zoo problem?
Yeah, I've solved it. We just have to get the animals back in.
Fine, we can go get drinks. You took your shower. That was the deal.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna go against the deal.
I appreciate that. After we drink, I'm definitely going to have to go and hunt down some animals, though.
Okay.
You guys drift down to Central Park. The two clouds drop you and Gregor and Majin off. Sun Wukong is leaning on your bike, Majin. Just kind of turned the staff into this little pinprick thing and it's kind of just bouncing it on his fingers. So, God, you guys took forever.
The clouds went slow.
Yeah. I mean, oh, you gotta work. Oh, we gotta work on that. Okay. So if you lean forward, because you're gonna sink into it, you gotta lean forward, and it'll go a little bit quicker. You gotta just really lean into it. You gotta like just lean.
Like I'm trying to lean off it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like it's trying to catch you.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. I had something else for you. The little golden monkey hops over to Sun Wukong and just kind of fishes in his pocket, pulls out this little red bandana, or this red bandana. It's folded, and he says, "Ah, yeah, this is yours."
What is it? I see it's a bandana, but what does it do? Does it do anything? Is it just a bandana? Like,
It is a red string of fate.
what does that mean?
I'm not telling you.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Cool. I'm gonna cease to exist now. Are you guys good?
Yeah, we're gonna grab drinks and then I'm gonna put animals back in the zoo.
Oh, dude, nobody cares about that anymore.
Oh, cool.
Terrible.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Just gonna grab
Yeah, no,
drinks.
fuck that. I've got something much cooler in mind.
Oh, fantastic. How will I know if you're gonna cease to exist?
Like this. He slaps himself and then just into golden dust.
Awesome.
Did we just
where's-
witness a suicide?
I mean, not my
Did-
first parent killed himself.
Drew, we gotta do trigger warnings, man. Like, dark humor is fine, but god damn.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, children.
Oh my.
We need a rated R rating up in the corner.
You can just put
Honestly,
in
you would
if you want.
honestly that would probably be a very smart thing to do. Anyways, so right, no getting drinks.
Woo!
Want to go to the usual place? That little shitty dive bar that I like to go to.
Yeah.
It's also
Yes,
a place
I-
where Majin's been to.
With Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry's
Nice.
great.
Yeah, you can't beat, a free beer for every fight.
What?
Yeah. What do you mean? What? Every fight you win, you get a free beer. It tops out about 3.
I never heard about free beer for it.
What do you mean? You've cashed in on that every time you've started a bar fight.
I just always presumed you were buying my beers.
What?
Yeah, he never said, hey, this one's free. No, like, I just thought they were all going on your tab.
No, I wasn't. No.
Well, let's go. Come on.
It taps out at 3. I'm gonna remind you. It taps out at 3.
Okay. I'm going to hop on my cloud, put my little bandana on as a headband, and lean forward. Actually, you know what? I'm
followed
gonna
off the
follow-
cloud the first time.
I'm going to follow Majin.
Majin, are you taking your bike?
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, Gregor. You can scoop him up. I mean, the cloud can't support both of you guys for like incredible speeds. I would say you could possibly get all 3 of you on there, and then it'll just be like a, but if you pick up Gregor, you guys can get like you can keep up with Majin basically.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. I'll scoop Gregor up.
Scooping Gregor up like a maiden. Just.
You come here often?
Yes, because of you. You're
I need
always
you to
here.
ride with me. You know I need you to ride with me, or I will never find my way there, especially on a cloud. Like, who the fuck knows where I'll end up?
Why do you have to princess carry me though?
Oh, sorry. Do you want to piggyback?
I can just stand on the cloud and hold on to your shoulders.
Can you? There's not a lot of foot room. Yeah, alright, that's fine.
I'm standing behind him on the cloud and just kind of.
He leans forward a bit too hard, and you kind of have to grip into his shoulder blades for a little bit. Like that muscle pinches into you, Charles. It's gonna take a little bit getting used to. This is not this cloud. This cloud is no longer commanded by Sun Wukong. It's freely under your control, so it's leaning forward, trying to figure things out. There's a little bit of sway. Like, it's not just on a single axis. It's not just gonna rise and fall. It can swerve and all that, and you find that a little bit difficult at first as you guys go. Gregor, after a while, you kind of are death gripping onto him like, Jesus fuck.
It's literally 5 blocks away. I could have walked.
Yeah, but I never would have ended up there. We both know that. Like,
You could have walked too.
I could have, but then I wouldn't have gotten to try out this new present. What up?
Okay.
Wait until the dismount. We're just gonna hop off as the cloud flies over the bar.
Majin, you're...
It's in a building. If we fly over the bar, we're gonna fall several stories.
Majin, you're splitting lanes.
No. No.
Keeping, speeding up through yellow lights. Charles, Gregor, you guys hear a police officer shout like, "Hey, you're speeding!" Kind of. Yeah, you guys make it to the bar. No one...
I'm gonna yell back, you can't prove that in court.
There's no response. But yeah, no, you guys make it to the bar.
All right. How do you park it?
I have a pretty good idea for that. So I'm gonna dismount and say, alright, now fuck off, you fluffy little bastard.
And it kind of just drifts away, like it's being carried away by the wind. Just
alright, then I'm gonna whistle to call it back.
It comes back.
Okay, good. Alright, I just had to make sure I could do that. Alright, yeah, hang tight. We'll be back in a little bit. Why don't you just float around, hang out with some cloud buddies up in the sky.
Begins to slowly just drift again.
Into the bar!
Yeah.
Notably, I will bring this sad fact to mind. When Clone Sun Wukong smacked himself and ceased to exist, the little golden monkey scampered off into Central Park.
He'll find his way back.
Plus, he has your sense of direction.
Not now, Gregor.
Excellent.
I mean, I'm just saying, if he has your sense of direction, he won't find his way back.
All right. So who's
We
first
got
to
three.
enter this bar?
That's
I'll go
probably me and him together.
Majin.
Perfectly fine with me.
Okay. Majin, you go in after them. Gregor, Charles, you notice this as well. Majin, you notice more so because he blocks your fucking path. Gregor stops. And then just stares. Gregor, what you see is not the bar. Charles, Majin, you see the bar itself. Jerry behind the counter, serving drinks. Shitty little dive bar, doing its thing. Gregor, you step through the door, you find yourself floating in the cosmos. Drifting. Terrible roiling and roars around you. Suddenly you are falling through the stars, through the abyss, through the cosmos itself. You are falling. The only thing that breaks your fall is the splash as you break through the surface of water and are sinking. The oxygen is leaving your lungs. You swim. It was just there a minute ago. You swim upwards, continuing on, treading water. The surface never comes. You let out a gasp. Your last air bubble drifts to the top, or wherever the top may be. Close your eyes. Accepting death. But it doesn't come. You open them again. You can breathe. Beneath you, lights begin to flicker. Almost a pattern. The lights flicker in such a way that they create geometric patterns. You still hear the roars and the roils. You feel something watching you. You turn as you would when you swim, and there are eyes. Never-ending eyes, infinite eyes, all opening, blinking, slowly focusing their irises on you. There is silence. Something brushes the back of your neck, sends shivers down your spine. You can feel your hair stand on end, the goosebumps forming almost all across your body. Soon. You're back in the bar. Majin kind of pushing you forward. Charles kind of checking back at you, looking at you.
You good, Gregor?
You open your mouth.
Uh,
There's a splurt of water. Salt water.
You good? Fucking spitting in the bar for her. Sidewalks
Hey,
right
if
there.
you're sick, man, get that shit out of here, Gregor. You can't. We're in a fucking pandemic.
Yeah. Come on, bud. Come on, let's give you a beer. You'll feel better.
It's the exact opposite of what I said, but okay.
He's not sick. He's not sick. We've been with him all day. He's been fine.
What? It must have been something I ate while we were with the monkey guy.
I'm gonna help Gregor over to the bar. Come on, bud. It's okay.
What?
It's alright. Just sit down.
Sit down.
You guys sit at the bar. Charles, having had his visitation, now a scion of Sun Wukong, likely having to deal with the Shen and the bureaucracy of heaven very soon. MAJIN, staying in town for a little longer. GREGOR, the vision's still reeling in your head. Taste of salt water, never truly leaving you, even as you begin to drink. But that is where we will end the very first episode of Scion Godsend. We thank you for joining us. I'm very much looking forward to the future. What do you guys think so far?
Man, that was a lot of fun. Did we take care of anyone's short terms?
Yeah, short-term, long-term goals. Did you guys take care of any short-term, long-term aspirations?
I knew I should have punched some Wukong in the face in one of my short terms. But no, I took care of flying on a cloud. I did not win an arm wrestle or win a bar fight.
I took care of finding Charles. Half of me expected this episode to be chasing after this mad lad.
MAJIN, I think that one of yours it was bonding with the bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that warrants a short-term deed complete. The way XP works, that will grant you a bonus to it. Momentum will. Oh, we didn't touch on momentum. Damn. All right. Well, there's episode 2 next Sunday, and we'll touch on momentum. Momentum being a shared pool of stuff you guys can pull from. And nobody botched or anything like that. You guys all rolled pretty well today, so there's nothing too crazy that would have added to momentum to begin with. So we'll touch on that aspect of the story path system next episode. But yeah, man, that's we'll get XP sorted off screen, and we thank you guys for joining us. That was awesome. I'm very excited, very very excited for the future of Scion. Unless anyone else has anything to plug.
Nope.
Keep in mind, next Sunday, you can join us if you guys want more of this group. You can find us over on twitch.tv/rollingnomads. You can follow us on Twitter for our schedule at _rollingnomads. Next Sunday, before this game, 11:30. Yeah, 11:30 Eastern time is when we are live with Thy Kindred Come, Vampire the Masquerade, version 5 or V5, chronicled in season 4. They're going through a lot of weird stuff. We're going to be picking up a lot of stuff on our channel, on Rolling Nomads channel, for the month of January and February. We're starting some new series. And then, of course, Scion on Onyx Path. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited for the story that we have in store for you guys. That's really all I got for shameless plugs. No, I don't, because I need to learn to show myself. You can follow me on Twitter at Ramos the Nomad, where I tweet nonsense and sometimes projects and sometimes just, a lot of nonsense. You can find me everywhere at Ramos the Nomad. But yeah, that's all I got for shilling. Anyone else?
No, I think that about covers it, boss.
Right on. You guys make me feel bad for pimping myself out. So
I don't exist.
Join us next week. Same time, same place for episode 2 of Scion Godsend. Thank you. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.